Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to the Divine Mother, and all sages and saints, and to each of you, Divine Soul, watching today's satsang. We are currently studying Mysticism of Devi Mahatmya, worship of God as Mother. Commentaries by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started. We are currently studying the glories of Goddess Maha Saraswati, and today we will study the destruction of Raktbeeja. Rakt means blood and Beej means a seed. So it's a very profound story, and let's get started. So she has in the previous sessions we learned she destroyed Dhumralochana, then she destroyed Chanda and Munda, and now she is going to have a battle with Raktbeeja. So when Shumbha learned that Chanda and Munda had been destroyed, he became exceedingly enraged. He commanded his entire army to prepare for battle against the Devi. All the demons belonging to different families were sent out to wage war against the Devi. They were known as Udayuddha, Kambu, Koti, Virya, Dhaumra, Kalak, Maurya, Dordhrida, and Kalakeya. Shumbha also went to fight against the goddess. Seeing the vast army approaching her, goddess Chandika produced a loud roar accompanied by her equally loud roar from her lion. So she is in a fierce form at that point. When the demons heard this terrifying sound, they jumped upon the Devi from all sides. At this time, the Shaktis, or the powers of all the gods, Shakti is the power. So that's why we say you see God in a man and women part also. It's called the Ardhanarishwara aspect. So Shakti is the power. So all of the gods' powers appeared in female forms at the service of Chandika Devi, because that's how the Devi was created, remember, through all the powers that each of the gods had given. So dazzling in divine radiance and possessing special weapons, the Devis came riding on their special vehicles. Vaishnavi, she is known as the Shakti of Vishnu. She came riding on an eagle. Maheshwari, the Shakti of Shiva, came riding on a tiger. Brahmani, the Shakti of Brahma, came riding on a swan. Aindri, the Shakti of Indra, came riding on an elephant. And Kaumari, the Shakti of Kartikeya, came riding on a peacock. And all the other Devis came riding on their own particular vehicles. Thus the Devis waged a terrible battle against the demons and began to destroy them like a fierce wind that scatters dark clouds. Then there arose from the demon army a strange and terrible demon named Raktbeeja, who had unimaginable powers. In his early days, he had practiced intense austerity, and as a result of his austerity, he had received a boon from Lord Shiva, that if anyone caused blood to issue forth from his body, out of every drop there would arise a demon like him, endowed with equal valor. The Devis hurled weapons at Raktbeeja, and streams of blood began to flow from his different limbs. But to the shock of all, instead of being weakened by the loss of blood, the demons became more valiant, and out of every drop of his blood there emerged another demon just like him, with armor, weapons, and great eagerness to fight. So this was the boon that this demon had acquired, and so became invincible. So this is what a predicament in the war for the Devis to learn this. So in a very short time, thousands upon thousands of powerful Raktbeejas crowded the earth and terrified the gods who were witnessing the battle from their aerial cars. The gods thought to themselves, how can these countless demons ever be destroyed by the Devi and her assistants? These demons are going to dominate the whole world. Alas, we are surely lost. So they lost confidence. Seeing the terror in the hearts of the gods, the goddess laughed and said to Kali, which is Kali means a terrible aspect of the goddess. This is the terrible aspect, to destroy the demons and to destroy the ugliness. O Chamunda, open your mouth wide and quickly take in all those drops of blood that fall from Raktbeeja. Responding to his request, Kali opened her cavernous mouth and extended her leaping tongue, drinking up all the blood as it fell. So this is the image of Kali Devi with skulls and her tongue hanging out, and the ugly picture with all the blood going on her tongue, where people who are not educated about this whole story of Raktbeeja and how she is fighting for the good side, how she wants the positive forces to win, and therefore the deeper meaning, and then they get scared by looking at this image. But once they understand the depth of this story and the deeper meaning, or they follow the scriptures in a dedicated way, then they get the true essence. So thus we should be making more people aware of the real intrinsic meanings hidden in these scriptures. So, and people should be more dedicated in trying to learn, and then only they will get the true essence. Otherwise, surface level knowledge is not very helpful, because people get misled or even misinterpret things. Thus, as the Devis continued to hurl their weapons against Raktbeeja, goddess Kali continued to drink his blood and devour the emergent demons. Though torrents of blood continued to gush from Raktbeeja, not a single drop got beyond the reach of the rolling tongue of the Devi. So she enveloped, although externally this looks like a very gory and a very cruel scene, but this is how evil is destroyed from this world. Kali Devi is very powerful, good, compassionate mother, but in a terrible form to help humanity. Soon only the original Raktbeeja remained, and in no time he was cut down by the sword of the Devi. So as the destruction of Raktbeeja, the gods rejoiced and the Devis danced with great joy. So this is how Raktbeeja, Rakt again blood, Beej is the seed. So when through that blood drop the seed would emerge, and another demon would keep popping up, and thus this deep implication. What had seemed impossible became possible by the indescribable power of the Devi. So we will be studying the mystical meaning of this wonderful scripture tomorrow. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.